I love it. I can't wait to meet Bartolo and get to throw with him. I think it was a great signing. He's obviously showed no signs of slowing down. He finished sixth in the last year in Cy Young or something like that. And, I've heard great things about him, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I can learn from him this year to carry over into my game.
Let's go right on down the staff, Dillon. Let me ask you about Zack Wheeler. He certainly also showed some improvement as the season kicked into August and September. What can he do to take the next step, and what did you observe about him, just being around him on an everyday basis?
Well, Wheeler, he's obviously a phenomenal talent. And I think the biggest thing last year with Wheeler was he's just going to do better and better the more he gets more experience and comfortable, kind of speaking his own mind about what his plan is. I think he had a lot of people in his ear last year when he first got called up that, he being a young guy, first get called up, you want to make everybody happy. So I think he just got pulled in a lot of different ways that he wasn't used to. And the more confidence he gets with knowing himself and his plan and all that, he's just going to get even better.
Dan Warthen's been here for an awful long time now. I think most fans are thinking, well, a pitching coach is something, when the staff's going bad, he's no good. When the staff's going good, he's good. Can you tell me one specific thing that he's done to help you, really in the last year? His
biggest thing with me is he slows me down. I tend to throw too much. I'm very, mental on the mountains. I don't like to, I get ahead of myself a lot. And he's just the guy he's the calming force behind that and really keeps me on our plan. And for that, I'm very grateful. He's been great with me.
How about you working with Darno? It looked like, when he came up, all the talk was about him offensively, but at least for what I had heard, Dillon, he looked a lot better defensively than anyone that I ever told me. What specifically from him defensively helped you out as a pitcher?
Darno, what caught my eye was he's really good at receiving that low pitch. And I would have to say he probably got me a few pitches, that wouldn't have been called, that probably shouldn't have been called, but he did a great job receiving them. And it changes the game when you start getting calls like that. And he just has a lot of confidence back there, you can tell, and it carries over to us out on the mound. And, he works really hard at it, which is also huge. I just think it was the culmination of everything that had been going wrong up to that point, and now it just went right one night. And it was like the turning point. That light went off my head, and I just said, okay, this is how I'm supposed to be pitching, aggressive, like I used to pitch. And I don't know if it was because of the time off before, but it was like those first 2 months I was kind of searching for the old me, and finally I found it a little bit and just tried to continue to do that the rest of the year. You also threw the slider a lot last year. I mean, you've always had 4 pitches, but that seemed to become a more effective pitch. Do you agree with that, or do you think that really kind of added to it last year? Yeah, I do. I think it definitely got better than it has been in the past. But also at the same time, I throw 4 pitches. But I think there's going to be years where something does get thrown more than others just because I'm going to keep having to adjust just like everyone else is. So if something's better that year, that game, something just they're not really looking for that. I don't know. It's just, I just go day by day and try to get those guys out that day with whatever I'm throwing.
Well, you had a great year. I mean, a career high in starts, career high in innings. You were terrific, especially in that second half. How can you get even better?
Well, first of all, I cannot have 2 of the worst months I've ever had to start the season. But, my goal is to I daily visualize what I was doing last year at the last 3 quarters of the year, whatever it was. And that is something that I think I can do every time out. My goal is next year to obviously continue that stretch for another 6 months instead of 4 or 3. So, obviously, staying in physical condition and work really hard on the middle part of the game, and I think I can get even better at that, and that should carry over around the mound. Well,
listen, best to you. Happy New Year, and certainly, hopefully, more of the same what we saw last year coming this season for you.
Thanks a lot, Kevin.